Hello and welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. So this is a review for Inky at the Circus, released on the 21st of June 1947 with a blue ribbon reissue on the 16th of October 1954. It's the 499th in the series, and it's directed by Chuck Jones. I can't show you the full cartoon, and it is harder to find because of the problematic character of Inky that's considered to be problematic these days, so you might have to track down a Laserdisc player or just find it online. I'm sure if you look hard enough you'll be able to find it. But the synopsis for this one is quite simple. Inky is part of the circus, but two dogs keep on trying to get the bone that's on top of his head. I did mention it was bit problematic, right? But eventually the minor bird comes along and becomes part of the shenanigans, with the dogs still wanting that bone. So there you go. Now, in terms of trivia for this one, look, Inky was actually the only character that Chuck Jones did not retire when he moved away from the more Disney-esque characters, such as Sniffles and the Two Curious Puppies. But the previous Inky shorts actually proved very popular, hence why Chuck did this short plus one more later on. What's interesting about these two dogs here is that they're not the Two Curious Puppies, right? But they do act rather like the characters in those shorts, which is truly bizarre, and I'll get more into that in my review very shortly. And what's interesting as well is that all of the Inky shorts prior to this took place in Africa. But here we see the Inky character as in a completely different setting, which of course is the circus. And what was common in circuses at the time was all these wide variety of weird and exotic acts, including like African strongmen, which is what they will be referencing here. Definitely a way different environment in terms of the circus back then compared to now, that's for sure. So, on to the review for this one. Look, I'm not going to get into detail regarding Inky as a character, because I already did that in a previous video, which I sadly had to remove off YouTube for now. I will retool it, but the thing with this one, and look, there are a few nice gags here and there, and this is clearly Chuck doing the whole pantomime thing that he enjoys doing. He loves his silent comedians, that's much is certain. But Inky is such a passive character in this one where, technically speaking, you could have removed him. It was as though he was just put in here just because. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's how it feels like to me. You could have had these two dogs in a reworking of a Two Curious Puppies short, just, having a bit of a rivalry over a bone that they find at a circus. Then the minor bird comes and there you go. I mean, seriously, if you can find the short, watch it and see if that's what you think. And, it's interesting how times have changed, because this short was shown quite a bit, actually, on Cartoon Network, where I am, in Australia, compared to now, where I don't think they'll even let this one be remastered. I mean, maybe it is, but it's probably going to be locked away in a vault, so I guess a whole bunch of us need to now go and try and get into the vault, Ocean's 11 style, and try and get all these remaining remasters for us, truly hardcore fans who need to have everything pretty much perfect. So, I mentioned before that this just comes across as another Two Curious Puppies short, and maybe Chuck had some other ideas that he didn't use in the earlier shorts, I don't know, but it's such a strange thing here. But the dog itself, well, one of the dogs anyway, looks kind of like the Charlie dog, which was similar to a lot of the dog designs that Chuck Jones was using at the time. So I guess these are sort of Two Curious Puppies in spirit, and I wasn't the biggest fan of them, but if this is considered Two Curious Puppies, well, this is probably the best of them, that's for sure, considering how much Chuck had learned since then with his timing and gags and so on. But yeah, with the short, look, a few funny moments, backgrounds are nice, wonderful acting as always by Chuck. I mean, even if it doesn't always make me laugh, once they get to the trapeze, that was easily the best part for me. But, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10, this one, again, it felt forgettable. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, of course, but it's not as entertaining as the one set in Africa in terms of Inky shorts, where you got one of them and there's like a lion, which has some wonderful animation there. So, you know, you can't win them all, but hey, I enjoyed bits and pieces. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. But I want to know what you think. If you've seen this short, let me know when was the last time you saw this one on TV before it would have been, of course, removed. And, well, the next one's the Big 500, so we're almost halfway in this series of reviews. So, yeah, until then, take care.